Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Terry and this is another edition of Terry's Carnivore Treats. I am very excited to finally be bringing you my Carnivore Crumbles Coffee Pie. It's something that I've been talking and posting about for a couple of months now, and the best part about this, besides it's being coffee, besides it's being pie, besides it's being carnivore, is it's no bake. So it doesn't take long to put together and it doesn't take long to have to wait to eat it. It really doesn't need much introduction, but I'm very happy to be segueing back over to my sweet treats. I've spent a little bit of time over on the savory side, so let's go get started because I am really hungry for this pie. The ingredients that you'll need to make the coffee pie are some mascarpone cheese, some ricotta cheese, beef gelatin, delicious heavy whipping cream, a little bit of salt. I use decaf freeze-dried coffee here. You're welcome to use caffeinated full strength. Also, I've got my homemade vanilla extract, and this is all going to comprise the coffee pie portion. And for the crust, I've got my homemade vanilla infused ghee and a big old fresh pan of my carnivore crumbles. These two components will make up the crust. So now let's go take a look at those gadgets and get to that best part, y'all. You don't need too many gadgets for this pie. I'm going to be using my stand mixer to save my arm from making the whipped cream because it does need to be whipped, but you can use a hand mixer. And also a springform pan. I've got a 9-inch pan here. I'm finally going to figure out how much carnivore crumbles are needed for a 9-inch pie pan. Normally I just make a smaller size because it's just for me, but I really like this pie. So I'm willing to sacrifice and make a larger pie so we can figure out how much carnivore crumbles it needs. And also, whenever we make a pie crust using the carnivore crumbles, especially with the springform pan, you're going to need some parchment paper as well. So I think that's it. And now we get down to business. We need to line the springform pan. I found that 2 cups, 300 grams of the carnivore crumbles really gives a nice thick crust. You can always add more if you prefer. And a nice heaping tablespoon of butter or ghee works well. And then I just slowly, gently stir and mix and combine the ghee and the crumbles. And when they're mixed well enough, I begin to evenly distribute them around the bottom of the pan there and flatten gently. This goes into the fridge to set while we make our pie filling. First, we need to whip the heavy whipping cream until there are stiff peaks. I store the whipping cream in the refrigerator while I am making the pie filling to keep it cool. Time to bloom the gelatin.
It smells so good in my kitchen right now. You'll see that the coffee does not necessarily mix all the way in this step, but that's okay. We will be adding more things to this and it will dissolve by the end. As you can see, the coffee is mostly mixed in now. Now time to add that heavy whipped cream. As you can see, all of the coffee granules have mixed in. You can see how firm that crust is. She sure is a beautiful little slice of heaven, isn't she? Look how pretty she is. Carnivore Coffee Pie.